Hey, Patriots fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. The NFL world woke up to a shockwave that nobody saw coming. HIGGINS, the Bengals' star wide receiver and one of the most talented young playmakers in the league, is reportedly on his way to Foxborough. Yes, you heard that right. The New England Patriots, a franchise that has been desperate for offensive firepower since the Tom Brady era ended, have apparently landed their big fish. Sources close to the situation say that the deal came together quietly, almost secretly, with both teams keeping negotiations under wraps until everything was practically finalized. Patriots fans who have endured years of offensive drought and inconsistency are buzzing with excitement. And honestly, who can blame them? Higgins isn't just a good player. He's a statement signing, a signal that the Patriots might finally be ready to rebuild with purpose and aggression. The front office seems determined to flip the narrative, to remind the NFL that New England still knows how to play chess while others play checkers. And this move? It's the opening gambit of something potentially huge. The whispers started earlier this week when several insiders hinted that the Patriots were exploring a splash move before the trade deadline. Nobody could have guessed that splash would involve Higgins. The Bengals, battling through a complicated season and facing salary cap questions, were rumored to be reluctant to pay Higgins a massive long-term extension, especially with Joe Burrow's deal and Jamar Chase's looming payday. Enter the Patriots, sitting on cap space, armed with draft capital, and in desperate need of a WR1. It's almost poetic, the franchise known for discipline and defense finally going all in on a young, offensive weapon. Bill Belichick might not be calling the personnel shots anymore, but whoever is clearly understands what's been missing. Higgins brings not just production, but attitude, swagger, and the kind of presence that changes locker rooms. And make no mistake, Foxborough has been craving that kind of electricity for years now. From a pure football standpoint, Higgins fits like a glove. Standing at 6'4", with elite hands, body control, and the ability to dominate one-on-one matchups, he instantly transforms the Patriots' passing game. Imagine a scenario where Mac Jones, or maybe even a future quarterback, finally has a receiver who can win battles downfield, stretch defenses, and make contested catches look routine. That's what Higgins does. He erases defensive advantages. The Patriots' offense, long criticized for being predictable and limited, suddenly looks dangerous again. And in a division with the Bills, Dolphins, and Jets all stockpiling talent, this move might just put New England back in the conversation. There's a certain poetic justice here. A team often mocked for being boring finally pulling off the boldest move of the season. It feels like a turning point, not just for the Patriots, but for Higgins himself, who now gets to step out from Chase's shadow and prove he's a true WR1. Behind the scenes, it seems this move was months in the making. The Patriots scouts reportedly fell in love with Higgins' game early last year and have been tracking his contract situation ever since. The Bengals, meanwhile, were stuck in an uncomfortable position. They wanted to keep him, but couldn't justify paying two superstar wideouts in a league where quarterback salaries dominate the cap. So when New England came calling with a serious offer, one that included a high draft pick and a young defensive player, Cincinnati had no choice but to listen. For the Bengals, it's business. For the Patriots, it's belief. A statement to the locker room, to the fan base, and maybe even to the rest of the league. We're done playing it safe. We're back to being bold. And we're ready to compete again. Fans on social media are already losing their minds. Patriots Twitter is on fire, with posts ranging from celebration memes to wild predictions about what Higgins' arrival could mean for the offense. Brady had Moss. Mac has T. One fan wrote, half joking but clearly thrilled by the symbolism. The excitement is understandable. New England hasn't had a receiver of this caliber since Julian Edelman's prime. And even then, Higgins brings a completely different dimension to the game. The energy, the anticipation, the sense of possibility, it's all back. Suddenly, Sunday football in Foxborough feels exciting again. The kind of excitement that's been missing since the confetti stopped falling after Super Bowl 53. And let's not forget what this means for Higgins personally. After years of playing second fiddle to Jamar Chase, he finally gets a fresh start. A team where he's the unquestioned number one, the guy defenses will have a plan around every week. For a player of his talent, that's huge. He's been productive even while sharing targets, but now he'll get the chance to truly unleash his potential. The spotlight will be his, and with it comes the pressure, but also the glory. Foxborough has a way of turning doubters into legends, and Higgins, with his mix of size, confidence, and drive, might just be the next in line. It's not official yet, but if these reports are true, the NFL landscape just changed. Now, let's talk about what this move really means for the Patriots' future. It's not just about adding a talented receiver. It's about identity. For years, New England has been searching for one. Since Brady's departure, the team's been stuck between rebuilding and contending, never fully committing to either path. This trade signals a shift. It's the kind of boldness fans have been begging for. It says the Patriots aren't afraid to spend, to take risks, to chase star power again. Higgins represents a new era, one where the offense is no longer a liability, but a weapon. And if the front office continues to make moves in this direction, the Patriots might just climb their way back into playoff relevance faster than anyone expected. It's still early, but the message is clear. New England isn't content being average anymore. Of course, there are skeptics. There always are. Some analysts argue that paying a receiver like Higgins big money might backfire if the quarterback situation isn't resolved. Fair point. But others believe the opposite, that giving your quarterback elite talent is exactly how you fix things. Mac Jones, assuming he stays, finally has a legitimate weapon, something he's never really had since entering the league. If he can't make it work now, then the answer becomes clear about his long-term fit. But if he does, suddenly, the Patriots' offense looks balanced, dynamic, and dangerous. It's a gamble, yes, but one worth taking. You can't build a modern NFL offense without difference makers, and Higgins is absolutely that. This move forces everyone in the building to raise their game. Meanwhile, the Bengals side of this deal is fascinating too. Letting go of a player like T. Higgins isn't easy, but they're playing the long game. With Burrow locked in and Chase due for a mega extension, they needed financial flexibility. It's classic cap-era logic. Pay your quarterback and your true WR1, then reload through the draft. Still, it's a bittersweet moment. Higgins was beloved in Cincinnati, a homegrown talent who embodied the team's rise to relevance. His departure marks the end of a chapter, but also opens the door for the next wave of young stars. Maybe they'll draft his replacement, maybe not. But for now, the Patriots clearly won the short-term optics battle. In the court of public opinion, they look like geniuses. What's really interesting is how this reshapes the AFC picture. The conference is stacked. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, Tua, and the Patriots have been on the outside looking in for years. But adding T. Higgins changes that equation. It gives them a weapon who can compete with the best, a threat that defenses have to respect. If the Patriots pair this move with a solid draft or another offensive signing, they could suddenly become one of those sneaky teams nobody wants to play. The AFC East, already wild with talent, just got more unpredictable. It's a chessboard full of powerful pieces, and the Patriots just added a queen. But beyond the X's and O's, there's a cultural shift happening in Foxborough. The old-school mentality of do your job is being infused with something fresher, more dynamic. Higgins brings charisma, confidence, and a new school swagger that could energize a locker room that's been far too quiet in recent years. He's not just a player. He's a personality, a face that can headline the next chapter of Patriots football. Fans have been yearning for a reason to believe again, and now they have one. You can already feel the buzz building, from talk shows to locker room whispers. It feels like hope. Real, tangible hope. At the end of the day, if this deal becomes official, it will be remembered as a franchise-defining moment. Maybe it marks the start of a new dynasty, or maybe it's just the spark that brings the Patriots back to relevance. Either way, T. Higgins in a Patriots uniform changes everything. The tone, the narrative, the energy. Foxborough hasn't felt this alive in years, And honestly, it's about time. The Patriots made a statement, loud and clear. They're done living in the past. The future has arrived, and it's wearing number 5. And you can already sense how the locker room might shift the moment Higgins walks through that door. Players respond to talent, to energy, to belief, and T brings all 3 in abundance. For the younger guys, especially those drafted in the past 2 seasons, seeing a player of Higgins' caliber join the team sends a clear message. The organization is serious again. It's not about development anymore. It's about competing. Veteran leaders like Matthew Judon and David Andrews are reportedly thrilled by the move, seeing it as the missing spark that could tie the whole roster together. There's a feeling, an almost electric undercurrent, that the Patriots might finally be ready to bridge the gap between rebuilding and relevance. When that energy hits the practice field, things change. Confidence grows. And in the NFL, confidence can be contagious. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Behind the scenes, the business side of this deal is fascinating as well. Higgins' new contract, according to early reports, is expected to land somewhere north of $22 million per year, a figure that places him among the top receivers in the league. But the Patriots had the flexibility to make it work. After years of playing it safe with mid-tier signings and short-term deals, this kind of aggressive financial move feels like a shift in philosophy. It shows that the front office finally understands the modern game. Elite talent costs money, and you can't win without paying for difference makers. If anything, it's a correction, an acknowledgement that the league has evolved while the Patriots try to hold on to the past. With this signing, they're catching up. Of course, now the real work begins. Signing T. Higgins is one thing. Building an offense that maximizes him is another. Offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt will have to craft a system that lets Higgins thrive. Motion, spacing, vertical threats. Everything the old Patriots offense often lacked. If done right, this could open opportunities for other players too. Imagine Demario Douglas in the slot, Hunter Henry working the seams, Ramondre Stevenson punishing defenses underneath. Suddenly, everything feels balanced. Defenses can't just load the box anymore. They can't double everyone. Higgins' mere presence shifts coverage and opens windows that haven't existed for years. It's not just about what he does individually. It's about how his gravity changes the entire field. And maybe, just maybe, this is the start of something special. The kind of transformation that happens quietly at first and then all at once. Patriots fans have waited a long time for a reason to believe, to feel that excitement again when they turn on the game. T. Higgins might not be Tom Brady, but he brings back that same sense of anticipation, that feeling that anything can happen when the ball is in his hands. It's a new era, one built not on nostalgia, but on boldness. For the first time in a long while, Foxborough doesn't just feel like a place clinging to the past. It feels like the future. And if T. Higgins is the face of that future, then maybe, just maybe, the dynasty isn't dead after all. It's just been waiting for a new spark to reignite the fire. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.